What's up, Mavericks? This is Erica Sepala with Merchant Maverick, and in this video I'm going to show you how to use Square's virtual terminal. It's a super easy way to take payments when your customer isn't standing right in front of you, like if you're taking an order over the phone or anytime you don't have your card reader handy. You can manually enter a card, take a Square gift card, or even record a cash or check payment. It's really easy, so let's dive right in. So we're on the main Square dashboard right now, and there's two ways that you can access a virtual terminal. You can go over here to the sidebar and you can click on payments and invoices. Virtual terminal is going to pop up as an option. But we're going to keep it simple. We're going to go right up here to the top of our screen and we're going to click on take a payment. Now, once we do that, we're going to be presented with three options. Now, you do have the option to create and send an invoice, create and share a payment link, but what we're focusing on is this first option, which is to take a remote payment on our computer using the virtual terminal. So we're going to click on take a payment, and it's going to bring us to Square's virtual terminal. It's automatically set to quick charge, which is the fastest and easiest way to charge your customer and accept payments. So we're going to start in this amount box and we're going to put the amount of the sale. So we're going to say that it is $100. So once we have that in, we're going to see that a few additional fields have popped up. We have the option to go in and add a discount. You can search your existing discounts, select those and add them. You can also create a custom discount if it's not saved in the system already. You can also go in and you can add a service charge. So you can select from one of your existing service charges, or it gives you the link to go into your settings and set up a service charge. Now, I highly recommend having things like your taxes, your discounts, service charges, and items already set up just to prevent any delays when you're using the virtual terminal. We're not going to add a service charge. We're going to move down next to sales tax, which we already have set up in our settings at 6%. Now, if this is for some reason a tax exempt sale, we can go on, we can click sales tax, we can uncheck this box, we can click save. And as you can see, it removed the sales tax. And if you want to add that back, you can just go in here, click that box again to make sure it's checked and click save. And it adds the $6 sales tax to make the total $106. Now you also have the option for the customer to leave you a tip. Click on add tip and it's already calculated the amounts at 15%, 20%, 25%, or a custom amount. You would just select whatever the customer wants to tip you and then click add. We're going to assume that this customer is not leaving us a tip. The next field is notes. You can go in there and put any notes that you want, maybe the items that you sold, maybe where you sold them, whatever notes you want to add in there that's important for you or your customers, you can add right here in this field. We're not going to add any notes. We're going to move down to payment details. Now you do have the option to split a payment. So if the customer wants to pay part of it with cash, part of it with a gift card, you can simply click on split payment, add in the amount that they want to pay using the first payment method, select that payment method, go to next, and then you'll do the same thing for the remaining amount. We're going to just assume that this customer is paying for their transaction with one payment method. I also have the option to go in and add a customer. So if you click on add a customer, you can search by name, email, phone number, or company. You can go onto this list and simply select customer, or you can go in this top right corner if the customer is not yet saved in the system and create a new customer. We're going to keep this as quick and easy as possible, and we're not going to add a customer. So next, you're going to select how the customer is going to pay, starting off with if you want to key in a card under manually enter card. Now, what I like about Square is that they do present you up front with what you're going to pay for payment processing. So if you key in a card, you're going to pay 3.5% plus 15 cents. All you would simply do to charge a card is to click on card number, enter the card number, enter the expiration date, and then enter the CVV. You also have the option, if you have a Square card reader, that you can swipe the card, and as you can see, that has a reduced rate of 2.6% plus 15 cents for these type of transactions. We don't have a card reader, so we're not going to mess with that. We're going to move down. If they have a gift card that you have set up through Square, you can click on this option, just enter the gift card number. You can also record a cash payment or record another payment. For example, if they pay by check, Or you have the option to send a payment link. So if a customer calls in and says they want to place an order, they're not going to be able to pay for a few days, you do have the option that you can click on this. You can add the country code, then go in and add their phone number, and it will send a payment link that they can pay when it's most convenient for them. We also have this option for fulfillment details right here. So if the customer ordered something on a Monday and they're not going to be able to pick up until Friday, either because of their schedule or because it's not going to be ready on your end, you can simply go on here and add pickup. You can add pickup details like the order name, and then you can select the date and the time that the customer is going to come pick it up. And once you'd set that, you would click done. We're going to back out. And we're going to assume that once the customer pays, the transaction is complete. Now, that's a way to do a quick sale. There's also an itemized sale. So we're going to click on that. If you scroll back up to the top, and instead of quick charge, we're going to click on itemized sale. And that's going to reset the transaction, and that's fine. This will allow you to select specific items that you have saved in Square, basically kind of creating an invoiced and itemized list of what the customer is purchasing. So you can start off under transaction details, click add an item or amount, and the only thing that we have saved here is a bathroom vanity. We're going to click on that, and as you can see, it pops up down here with the price, sales tax, and the total. You also, right beside that field for adding an amount, if you have a barcode scanner, you can click on this little button and you can scan barcodes. We don't have that set up, so we're not going to use that option. We're going to move down. So we'll see the amount. This is all set up in our items list already, that we have the single bathroom vanity for $300. The only thing we can change here is the quantity, and we're going to leave that at 1. Now, again, like I mentioned earlier, I highly recommend going in and having all of your items and prices and descriptions and everything set up before you do this. Otherwise, it's just going to take a lot of time of you going back into the account and settings and setting all of that up. So just like with the quick charge, you have the option to add a discount, add a service charge, you have the sales tax, and you can allow the customer to leave you a tip. Now, one thing that's a little bit different is that you're not able to click on sales tax here. So if you hover over this little bubble over here, it'll say taxes can be turned on or off for each item. So instead of clicking on sales tax like we did before, we can simply click on the item, and we can, if this is a tax exempt sale, we can go on here and toggle off sales tax, and we can save. And as you can see, it removed sales tax from that item. And you can do the same thing if you want to turn it back on. And you scroll down, payment details are the same. You have the option to add a customer. You can split those payments, and then you can select their payment method. So you can manually enter the card, gift cards, record the cash payment, or anything like that. So we're going to go in just to show you the next step, and we're going to click on record cash payment. So once we click on that, or once we click on any of these options, we go to the top right, and we can click charge. And you can see that the payment was processing, and now the payment's recorded. So we have the option to click here to go to a new sale. If we want to go to the next customer, we have the option to send a receipt. So if you click on that, you can add the customer's email or phone number and send them a receipt, or you have the option to print a receipt if you have a receipt printer. So we're just going to X this out. And once you do that, you'll see over here we're under payment and invoices under the overview. And you will see that that transaction has now shown up here in the overview. Once you click on that, it'll show the date and the time of the transaction. It'll show that the order source was Virtual Terminal, who the sale was attributed to, the amount, and how it was paid for. And it will have the receipt right there. So that's pretty much it when it comes to the virtual terminal. As you can see, it's really quick and easy to use. It's a great way, whether you're taking online orders over the phone, or you just don't have your card reader handy. It's a really quick and easy way to ring up these orders and get paid. So hopefully this helps. Hopefully you can make the most out of your Square virtual terminal. If there's any questions that you have about Square that you want us to do a walkthrough on, please let us know in the comments. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time, Mavericks.